First off, welcome to the beautiful island of Maui.
I'm putting my stuff inside.
You gotta put on your seatbelt.
Oh, what is this? Drive-through coffee? What the hell? Drive-through coffee. Let's look at that.
So we're here at Sam Sato's, which is one of the local hot spots. They have the best dry noodles I've ever had.
The sun is like straight up, so.
Okay.
Look at that. Oh.
That was really good. I'm full.
Awesome. Thank you for the invite. You're welcome. The car is gonna be, if we walk,
all my husband's like equipment, and then we.
What's up, gang? I'm here in Maui getting ready to go meet my partner, business partner, Zasha Smith. Let's go. It's here in Maui, can't wait to see what's in store for today. We're gonna be asking Tita all the questions, how she got involved with real estate, her journey. Let's go. Choo. So I'm here with a partner in crime. We're gonna rob him bank. No, just kidding.
Today we're going to, well, first off, welcome to the beautiful island of Maui. Today we are going to go back to our shop, kind of take you guys around there, take you to a few projects, and then also just talk story, visit a few local businesses, and share a day in the life of some local real estate investors here in Hawaii.
Today we're gonna show people, right? Show how you do it, or how we do it, how we do our coaching calls every week on Thursdays, and then I like to kind of go, what do you think, go to the courthouse where you know, kind of tell your story.
Yeah, love it. Go to a few projects that I've done, show you kind of currently what I'm doing here on Maui, then also talk story with you guys on how you can do it too, because there's not many locals sharing, you know, how they're investing, and we just want to give you guys inspiration to know you can do it too, kind of show you where I kind of grew up, and support some local businesses along the way too. First, we got to get coffee.
Yeah, let's go. So where you're born and raised in Maui, where did you grow up?
Well, mostly upcountry. So upcountry for us is like Makawao, Pukalani area.
Yeah.
We actually, my mom was born and raised on Oahu, and then my grandpa ended up moving here. So she moved here a little bit when she got older. But most of the time, you know, my mom and dad got separated early when I was 2 years old. My dad went to jail. So we've always had like a blended family. My mom got remarried, and I grew up with 2 other sisters, and then they had my brother. So it was always fun growing up as a kid. Like we used to walk to the store all the time, walk to the pool, walk to the park, and we had a little kind of gang going since there was a few of us. But upcountry is where I'm at, where I came back to live. But my mom went through some hard times. She had cancer. She got divorced, went through foreclosure, you know, had a bunch of rough times. So we ended up living in the housing in Wailuku, so we can take you guys past there too.
Check that out. That'd be cool.
It was rough living there just because there was so much drugs, partying, a lot of, you know, kids left alone a lot of times, and CPS and police always coming through. But we kind of, you know, lived at the edge of it, so we're kind of on the outside, so that's where we got lucky. But as soon as my mom could, she moved us out into some apartments. So I've probably lived all over Maui except for Lahaina. I did have my high school sweetheart was from Lahaina, so I was out there all the time. But it was, you know, it wasn't easy growing up. I didn't grow up with any money, and grew up, you know, just wanting something different for my life. But yeah, Maui has always been in my heart. That initially I wanted to move away. You know, I wanted to go to college, and I was blessed to have my teacher, Mr. Gima in Maui High, kind of guide me in the right direction on how to get that going. And I got a few scholarships.
Nice.
So I ended up getting off the rock. A lot of people who are from, like small towns or islands, it's good to kind of get away to see what else is out there. And that really opened up my mind to be more open. And that without moving away, I probably would have, lived the same cycle.
I know a lot of people that, grew up in the islands, like never leave the island, like, or never left Maui or Big Island or Oahu, just stayed there all their life and never ventured out. So that's pretty cool to, kind of dig out, see the world, and then I don't like it. Hawaii is like home,
It is.
Hawaii is like the best place in the world, so. There's
no place like it. That's why I ended up after college moving back. But I actually had my first child in college when I got pregnant at 19. So that definitely made me not want to, continue the cycle, because my mom got pregnant at 19 too. So it kind of pushed me more so to finish college. It was such a struggle, because then I ended up splitting up with my high school sweetheart and then had baby out there on my own. But I don't think without her I would have finished college. I think I would have just moved home and been like, oh, frick this place, it's too hard. And
well, you had a why now, right? Mm-hmm. Something to live for and something to push for, because now you got one baby to take care of.
Yeah.
She ain't no baby no more.
I know. So finally, she's graduated from high school, kind of figuring out her own journey, and that's kind of why we do what we do now. Is we have more options and choices to give our family and our kids and even other people in the community. We're able to help out a lot more, and so I'm excited today to take you around to some of the properties I have. Most of them are rented to people on Section 8, so those who are low income and have a voucher or rental assistance, and then also some people who are affected by the Lahaina fires. We have them living in some of our tiny homes as well. So
yeah, that'll be cool, man.
Yeah.
Check out the tiny house and then see exactly, and hear the story of Zasha Smith, where she came from, and all the things she's accomplished. And
I think it's easy to see to people, that are successful in life and think that everything was handed to them. But most people that I meet, and maybe that I surround myself with, are people who come from, a tougher background, and you really are rooting for them at the end of the day.
I think because you get nothing to lose, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, just go, do your thing, take the risk, right? And then, boom, you make mistakes, but you learn from the mistakes. So, what is this? Drive-through coffee? What the hell? Drive-through coffee. Let's look at that.
So this is a local company called Akamai Coffee Company, and it's run by a few ladies, and they're local. And so we always love to support small businesses when we can. Oh. And it's actually right in the parking lot of Home Depot.
Okay. I guess they rent a couple stalls. I used to have, so when I came home, I had a steak wagon, and that's the same thing we did. We rented a stall. I think it was Kaneohe Mall in Kaneohe, right? And it was selling steak plates for like $7 or yeah, it was like $7. And I ended up selling that wagon, but yeah, this is cool. Support local. We'll see how the coffee tastes. Maybe Zinger. Is this Kona coffee or Maui coffee they serve?
Maui coffee.
Oh.
Maybe they have options.
The Maui coffee. That's what they call them. So yeah, talk about Kahului. Like, you have any memories about Kahului? Like, when people land into Maui, the main airport is in Kahului. So what memories you have in Kahului, good or bad?
Well, Kahului is where my high school is, Maui High School.
Okay.
Most students at Kahului is the most densely populated areas. A lot of workers from the cane fields back in the day all kind of lived in this area. So now it's just grown to kind of bigger houses, multi-generational, like 2-3 families living in one house. But I think for me, living in Kahului was good because everything is nearby, but it also is just like really crowded. So a lot of high school memories here, movie theaters, things like that, Kahului Mall. But yeah, there's nothing really exciting to do out here unless there's like sports and things like that.
Yeah.
So it's farther away from the beach.
And you never played any sport?
I did, so I paddled.
Oh.
So actually, yeah, so I paddled for Maui High School, and I also during summer times would paddle for Kihei Canoe Club, which is in another town. But our paddling club paddled with Laiula Okai, which is in Kahului near the airport as well. But those waters are a little bit more rough. It's very windy over there. So it did actually prove to our benefits whenever we did have races, because it was so calm that we're used to, you know, paddling
There's a
harder
Tacoma.
than everybody else. Hey, Dominic! So he does it. He's Woody's cousin, my husband's cousin. But he also does some of our handyman stuff. So Maui is super small.
All right.
Right now we're in the Home Depot parking lot. So I know a lot of people are going to recognize the truck. Right now I'm in my husband's plumbing truck.
Woody. Oh, how's this? Look at this. That's an upgrade. You can write that off for taxes or what? Spaceship looking truck.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know.
There's a lot of people living in Maui who, you know, it's very tough to live here because it's so expensive, but it is possible. And I think that's why we're wanting to take you guys around and share with you that we're a couple of locals. Like, I grew up in low-income housing, single mom, no money, but yet was able to kind of work through that, get past that, and really just beat the odds. And you can do it too. It's just you got to educate yourself. And for me, that first step was college, you know, getting my degree first in my family, and then moving home, getting a really good job, but then always like challenging myself to try to figure out, okay, what is the next thing? Like, what else can I do, or how else can I get ahead but also help my community? So as an engineer, I was drawing plans. So there's like the Target over here. They call it Maui Business Park, which I help design the underground utilities, the traffic lights, all the kind of infrastructure stuff that you need for any kind of build out.
So that's what you do. You was an electrical engineer?
Civil engineer.
Civil engineer.
Civil.
I need you to be an engineer that stamps our plans. That's what we need.
It was just interesting to see all the big projects, all the, you know, millions of dollars that goes into building huge projects, which a lot of people think, oh, well, that must have been a benefit for you as far as going into, you know, renovating homes and things like that. But it actually was me going back to the drawing board to learn something new, because I never worked on just single homes. So that's a totally different beast, totally different contacts that you have to have versus all these huge companies. You know, you're working with smaller contractors and things like that. So
you go both sides. That's pretty good. You get them first. Tastes good.
Winners.
Winners.
Ooh.
Hot. And she like them cold. Go figure. Oh, check this out, guys. Right there's the tiny houses. Look them.
Yeah, there's more from by the church.
So look. The tiny houses over there. Are they selling those over there? Is those for sale?
No.
The housing people. Look like it's all tied in. Going tank on the bottom. Like the septic, yeah? Oh, that's cool.
Here's the church, and then has the tiny homes that they put up for some people. And then right across the street is the like a tiny home community that they're building out.
Right.
But right now they don't have water, so they're just waiting for water to be brought in.
I guess they'd squeeze the cow to get my coffee. Now they're just busy. This is pretty cool. A little coffee shack in the parking lot. This, my friends, is how you stack money. This is how you invest in a business and create something.
Have your brewed coffee. Sorry about
Thank
the wait,
you.
guys.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day.
You too.
All right, let's test the Akamai coffee. Oh yeah, tastes like Maui for sure. prices are getting more and more expensive right here in Hawaii, so there's no better way to learn real estate through coaches that are active right here in Hawaii.
So come join us today. We're excited to have you start your journey and be there to support you.
So what you do at Home Depot? What's the deal at Home Depot? Get you a picture on the wall, or probably get my picture on the wall? Minus emotes for sure. We're there every week.
No, I like Home Depot for certain things. So being on Maui, we have to be more resourceful because there's less options here. But usually Home Depot is good for like any sort of tools. They have more selections of for like certain contracting materials. But honestly, I like Lowe's. Lowe's is my favorite.
Yeah, Lowe's just has different options.
Yeah, I think Lowe's has more options as far as like aesthetics for different types of tiles. We do have like a Maui ceramic tile as well, but some of these things do take a lot more time in order to get shipped here. So that all has to do either or. But Lowe's more recently has been really good with appliances and the timing with it. So that's where I like to get a lot of my stuff for my rentals and other properties. But as you can see, there is a lot of kind of homelessness happening.
Yeah, see 'em.
A lot of people come straight from the airport, fly in, and they're not prepared to, pay the price of living in paradise. And it is,
I don't know. I think they're giving them a one-way ticket to Hawaii to get them out of the city. That's what I think.
A lot of them too do have some sort of might have some other issues going on.
Disabilities,
as well.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Mental disabilities in the mind. Majority of them.
So, but what was really caught my attention the other day when I was at our office was another guy came, and I guess he just got let go from his job, but he was going from warehouse to warehouse, just like handing out his resume. He was actually worked as an electrician, but got let go. So he was like, hey, I worked as an electrician, but I'm a really hard worker. I'm willing to do anything. And my husband owns a plumbing company, so the shop in the front had his vehicles and things like that. He's like, yeah, I'm willing to start from the bottom, had his resume, and just showed that kind of character and drive that you don't really see too much anymore.
Right.
He's willing to work and do anything.
Well, if you gotta eat, you gotta get out there and find work. So if not, you starve. Yeah.
And a lot of people, I feel like nowadays too, are
entitled.
I wouldn't say that, but it's a different day and age, and
I don't know. Just weaker people nowadays. That's all. Like you scold somebody, they go, "Oh my God, you're scolding me."
Yeah.
I mean, I used to get whipped. Got the whip, the stick, the belt. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess it made me who I am today. I don't know. So yeah, where are we at right now?
So right now we're driving through this industrial area. This is kind of where our warehouse is and our office is. So my husband had always been in plumbing and he wanted to start his own company. So in 2016, he actually started kind of venturing off on his own, and then, just was kind of like a subcontractor that people hired off and on. And he had always worked in the plumbing industry ever since high school. So he actually started his own business first, and I was working as an engineer, and I was, really afraid to kind of do my own thing. I think I had the normal fears of like, what if it doesn't work out, or my job is stable, and I really, it does take extra effort to be an entrepreneur or own your own business. Like, you got to find your deals. The profit that you make all depends, and the income depends on you. So it is a big responsibility, especially as you start getting employees and, you know, are in charge of putting food on the table for other people as far as getting them income as well consistently. So we've grown his company to about, at one point we had like probably about 12 or 13 guys. Now we're down to, I think, about 4. So we had to downsize recently just because a lot of the jobs that we're getting, you know, didn't really pan out. I think as a realization for any business owner is you have to really look at the books and keep track of costs, because even though you have all these big projects going on, a lot of times the bigger projects, as far as when it comes to like state or county jobs, or even if you're doing huge subdivisions, you don't get paid out sometimes for 60, 90, maybe even 6 months. We didn't get paid out for the state. So it really is like managing your income and expenses. But all in all, you know, he's the one who actually inspired me to go out and start my own thing and showed me that it was possible, and showed that like when you are your own boss, there's no limits to what you can do. There's no cap on your income. And for me, it was more so, okay, how can I just have more flexibility with my time, because I was working, you know, 60 to 70 hours a week and I was on a set salary. Like no matter how hard or more hours I worked, I got paid the same. But it's just in me to complete projects, like to work hard, to just do things to the best of my ability, even though I wasn't getting compensated. I knew that I needed to go a different route. And we always, you know, talked about it. It was funny because now when I look back at it, I bet a lot of people do too to this day, like talk with their coworkers on lunch breaks, or, you know, when they're out, oh yeah, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to start my own business. I have this idea. Me and my coworkers, especially one of the surveyors, Chip, we came up with like 20 different business ideas. We're going to start like a parking lot, or buy a piece of land, like do a parking lot, and then have people pay us to park. We had so many different ideas, or storage stuff. So along the lines of what I'm doing now. And so I met up with him the other day, and I you know, quit my job in 2020. So it's been about, you know, 4 years. Met up with him and he's like, dang, I can't believe you did it. Like you actually did what we're talking about in the break rooms and stuff. I'm like, I know, you should invest in real estate too. And he's like, oh, you know, I'm going to come up with something one day that I'll feel comfortable with. So I think that's the biggest like determination or like shift in my mind, was like I was actually brainstorming to actually do something. And there's a lot of people who brainstorm or like think of these great ideas and never actually execute on them,
they never take action.
Yeah, or just even try it out while they're working. So I was working full time, and then I started educating myself, you know, late at night, early mornings, on my lunch break, was just constantly listening to podcasts, reading books, like doing my research on investing before I jumped in full time. So that is something that a lot of people can do too as well. But once I knew it was a path that could get me to financial freedom, I quit my job and I was all in.
Okay, right into the shop. This action in you.
So this is the bottom portion, is my all my husband's like equipment, and then we actually fit this cat in here, so it's pretty funny. But it's actually pretty big down here, and then
okay, you can never leave now. You gotta stay in there.
Yeah. Right. So this is all my husband's equipment, and then we kind of built the upstairs as offices, and then he has his office down here. And this space is actually really convenient because it's close to town. So we live up country. And I was just telling Fuzzy, we have about like 4 guys. We used to have about like 12 or 13 at one point. But we had to downsize just because there was there's like a point, I feel like, in any business where it's like you get to a break even or even start to lose money because there's too many people.
Yeah, so we're still over here, huh?
They let you check in early?
Stay in the office with the titas over here. We're getting ready to sign a promissory note, right, to get some funds that Joe and Jade, right there, they want to invest their money in one of our projects.
Okay.
So, let's see how it's done. So I'm here with the promissory note, gonna sign this thing and let's get this journey started. So I'm gonna put the date today is October 3rd, October 3rd, 24. And then she just gotta put her date and then so excited. Good job. Let's go. Okay, let's get started. So what I'll do is just give you guys information on, like, you know, the project, the address and stuff like that, and then yeah, if anything, I'll give you guys a contractor number so you can keep in touch with what's happening. I'll let him know. His name is Brendan.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm excited. Young guy. Like I met him from his sign. He was selling a house right down the street. And when we pulled up to the house, look, we're like all excited, like, yeah. Then all of a sudden we pulled up to the house. Oh my goodness, it's gonna take a lot of work. But it's a duplex, and you know, duplexes have more value in that neighborhood. Nice neighborhood, but needs some work, and we're gonna do it. So
good.
I'm excited for you too.
Excited for you, and you know.
Yeah, because that's what Jade is interested in. She wants to buy a duplex but doesn't know how. So then, you know, at least we can ask them questions and get information.
Yeah. What I think it's important to note too is, like, that's one way to get started is you're teaming up with someone that already has experience, has the ability to find deals, build a team, go through basically the full renovation of it, and now you're making money too while kind of dipping your toes into the process. And then later on, you know, if you want to get started doing it too, you know, you have the resources. And I think that's the biggest thing is you're already seeing someone who went through it. So someone lent to me who got their returns, told you about it. You're like, okay, how do we get involved? And now you're lending to Fuzzy, who is like already has so much experience in investing that a lot of people, especially when they get their first deal, they kind of struggle with, okay, what's the next steps? But now you guys are making money while learning and potentially going to, you know, go on your own and get our education as well. So there's multiple ways that you can make profits in this business. I don't think people realize that, but you guys are already on the right step where you have the funds already to start making that money while you start investing in other ways, potentially having your daughter buy her first property, potentially, you know, learning more through education, and then now making another stream of income with this private lending. So kudos to you for being someone local who's open to investing in these other ways, because a lot of people don't even know it's an option, but they also say, like, I don't know if I can trust it. Like, how do I know I'm going to get my money back? But when you're investing with other locals who have that same kind of passion, integrity, who have the experience, and I mean, you're at our office here and wow, like, we're a legit company. We're not only on Instagram, we're on the
just
internet.
It's crazy how, like, you know, the social media made a big impact on what I've been doing, and you know, it impacted you because it made you feel like, man, maybe we should contact this guy. Like, we don't know this guy, but like, you know, my story resonates with a lot of people that's local, and I'm stoked that you guys did, you know, reach out, and you know, yeah, we can grow together, and like Jade will see like the whole process, and then like where she's at in Texas, there is tax auctions every once a month. So there's you know, properties that she can buy that's like discounted, right? 30 cents on a dollar, 40 cents on a dollar, sometimes even 20 cents on a dollar.
There's a lot more opportunities out there.
And once she goes through this one process, it's fixing. I don't know if I'm going to fix and flip or do the burst strategy, but at least she'll be able to see the whole process and then copy and paste. So.
Okay, Brent.
Yeah. Excited for you guys. Yeah.
Okay, guys, we're about to start this journey.
Wait, this is blocking me.
We're getting ready to get on our coaching call, Kahului Mastermind Academy. Weekly calls Thursdays, 10 a.m. Q&A style. We bring on our team. We have guest speakers, and then we also,
We do in-depth training. So today is an in-depth training. We got a lot of questions from our students about funding. They watched the foundational videos, but they had specific questions on deals that they're doing now. So that's the benefit of having these weekly calls and having a community, because you get to ask in real time coaches who have experience or people who have experience and get their input on what next steps you could be. Because a lot of times, especially when we started this journey, it was, I felt like not really alone, but I felt like, man, I gotta just chug through this. And I wish I had a community of local people that were doing it in the